Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. It's about that time. Let's go take that walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by, I do appreciate it. Guys, today's beer is Two Roads Brewing. This is their Juicy, Too Juicy. And it has New England IPA written all over the can here, so I'm hoping it is. This is an 8.2%er, and it was packaged on January 27th of 2020. So one day away from being 2 months old in a can. This was brought to me by my beer buddy Dennis. He picked this up at the Kroger store across town and brought it to me. So let's find out what this brings to the can. These guys are out of Connecticut. Over to Untapped, they say Too Juicy is an unfiltered, cloudy, New England-style double IPA that uses generous amounts of Hallertau Blanc. That's more of a European-style lager hop. Blanc, Citra, and Mandarina Bavarian hops. And the Bavarian hops are again into the Pilsner lager range. So I don't know why they would want to brew a New England style with those hops, guys. Citra is a good one, but the other two are European style lager Pilsner hops. The result is a juicy, fully charged double IPA with notes of grapefruit, pine, lychee, orange, and tangerine against a soft malt backdrop. So we got the ABV and the canned on date. We don't have an IBU on the can or either on Untapped. But both sites are saying New England, and the can says New England. So I'm hoping it's going to be a New England. I have turned it upside down. I have rolled it. I've done everything to get it in, but that usually doesn't work for this guy for some reason. I have to end up swirling it around, especially when the beer is almost 2 months in the can. A lot of that stuff settles to the bottom, and then when you refrigerate it, it just hardens in the bottom, and you have to swirl it around to get it. So. This looks like a printed up can, it is. So they printed up these cans, which adds cost. I just assume them do a plain Jane silver can with a stick-on label to save us money, save them money, so they're passing the cost of printing this fancy artwork up to us. I have done some Two Roads Brewing, and those guys do decent beers. So I'm hoping this is going to be just as tasty as some of the ones I've done before. Little over a finger of head on that pour, and guys, it looks like grapefruit juice in there. It does look like a New England style, but it's not that bright orange juice color. It's a little lighter, like grapefruit juice. Looks good. Looks good in the glass. So let's see what we got on the nose. Nice citrusy notes. Hints of pine, grapefruit, pineapple. It does have a decent hop aroma. I mean, it does. For the hops that they've used on here, the Citra is definitely shining through. And maybe even a little bit of tropical fruit notes. Let's find out on the taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Dennis. Thank you, my brother. Now, on the taste, I am getting the lager Pilsner hops. The Citra hops is shining through, and it's covering up the Hallertau and the Mandarina Bavarian hops to me. It is very smooth for an 8.2%. Very easy drinking. Alcohol is very well hidden. But the hops they've used in this, guys, is puzzling to me. I would have used another hop other than the Hallertau and the Bavarian hops in this for an IPA or a double IPA. Those hops usually lend to more earthy, herbal, floral type hop presence than your big like Northwestern hops. That's going to give you that tropical fruit note and all the rest of the stuff, the peaches and the grapefruit and pine and pineapple and oranges and a lot of other flavors you get from the Northwestern style hops. And what just get, the Citra hops are coming through, but the other two are kind of in the back seat on that school bus. So let's get the back end pour in here and see if it changes the appearance any, see if anything has settled to the bottom, and if it changes the appearance any. Not too much. I can still see a little bit of light through the bottom of the glass. So looks like a New England style beer, but not quite to that category. It's a decent beer. It's a well-made beer. The alcohol is well hidden. I am getting the Citra hops, but the other two hops that they've used are kind of subdued, and rightfully so, since they're, to me, more of a lager pilsner type hop. These European hops, the Hallertau and the Bavarian hops, are more lager hops, pilsner hops, than an IPA or a double IPA hop. But I don't know what concentration or what they were after to use those hops in this particular beer, but it's a decent beer, but it's not blowing my hair back on my socks off. So let's step on it. It's right out of the fridge and let it come up to room temperature, and we'll come back and give it a grade. Alright guys, I'm back with something over an hour. Tasty beer, guys. I enjoyed this. I don't understand the hops they've used in this, if they wanted something in a New England style. The Citra hops are shining through, the other two hops are not. They're more of a floral, herbal, earthy hop than what you're going to get from a Northwestern style hop. Just a decent beer. I mean, I've had a lot better than this, but it's a decent beer from Two Roads. I enjoyed it for an 8.2%. It is well made. Alcohol is well hidden. Dates on the bottom of the can. ABV is on the can. It is a printed up can. It's not a stick-on label or a heat shrunk label, so they printed up these special cans, which adds cost to the beer in my opinion. But that's just it. That's just my opinion. I enjoyed it, but probably not something that I would purchase myself, because it looks like a New England style, but it doesn't taste like a New England style. It doesn't smell like it, doesn't taste like it. Decent beer. Final chug. It is a balanced beer. Alcohol is well hidden. It is a well-made beer. But if they're looking for a New England style, I would not have used a European style hop in the beer. That's just my opinion, though. I'm not the head brewer there. I don't brew a ton of beers anymore. But there are a lot better New England style beers out than this. So, with that being said, I think it's a B beer. I'm going to give it, since it does have the date and the ABV on it, I'm going to give it a B+, but just barely. 86 from me. Just barely into the B+ range. It was tasty, but probably not something that I would search out if I'm looking for a New England style double IPA. There are a whole lot better beers out there, especially depending on where you're at and what you can get your hands on. If you can't get your hands on anything and this is the only thing you can find, yeah. Decent. It's decent. It's not outstanding. It's not world class to me, but tasty. Well made, but I'm just not impressed with the hops they've used in this beer. It doesn't provide that off the chain aroma or taste. using the European style hops they've used in this rather than the Citra. So, with that being said, that's what I'm giving it. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 93. Not quite there to me because of what I'm tasting in the glass here today. Over to Untapped, they have it at 4.01, which is barely into their A- category. Not going there either. So, I'm going against the grade on this one, guys. Decent beer, but not. If you're looking for a New England style IPA or a double IPA, there are a lot better. I've had single IPAs that had more hop aroma and taste than this double IPA has. So I hate to be that negative on it, but there are better tasting, smelling beers in this style. So guys at Two Roads, you need to change your hop up. I mean, put something else in there, some Simcoe or something else that's going to give a lot more hop profile than the European hops that you're using. But maybe that's where you wanted it to be. I don't know. I wasn't super impressed, especially with the hops that you use in this beer. I do appreciate you putting the ABV on the can and the date on the bottom of it, but still, the hops you've used does not come up to a New England style beer to me. Just my opinion. If you can get this beer, don't base what you're going to buy on what this old man says. Pick one of them up. Give it a try. If you've tasted a Treehouse or Trillium or Pariah or a lot of other breweries that are producing this style of beer, you're going to find those that have a whole lot more hop presence. And if you don't want that over-the-chain hop presence, this may be the one for you. But with the beers I've tasted, if this is the first one I've had in this style, I may have been more impressed than I am now. But with what I've tasted, especially coming from Treehouse, Trillium, Pariah, and a lot of other breweries out there that are producing this style of beer, this leaves a lot to be desired. So they're lucky to get that instead of a straight B average. So, but I am impressed. Like I said, yesterday's beer didn't have a date on it. So at least they're putting a date on it and the ABV on the can. So with that being said, if you've had Too Juicy from Two Roads Brewing, let me know what you think, guys. Until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge or the humidor. See you then.